Welcome back to the Stand Tall Challenge. Today is day 2. So did you get your practice in? Did you do your 3 times yesterday? Did you send me a picture? I can't wait to see all of your creativity. So let's look at what we're going to talk about today. First of all, I want you to compare your regular posture with this shift. If I were just to say shake off your Tadasana and stand the way you usually stand, I want you to feel it and make a comparison between that and what we are going to be working on. What usually happens with the average individual is we don't do much down here. There isn't much engagement, and we really hold ourselves up, if you will, with our upper trapezius and hold a lot of tension here. And then we work on opening the heart by drawing the shoulders back, creating good posture, if you will, which just creates an enormous amount of tension in that upper body and the upper back. And this is something I see all the time in my students. When we start to engage down here, not only does that begin to relax, but you also begin to feel that confidence we've been talking about. This just actually creates stress and fear, this position. If you just pretend and lift the shoulders up, you'll start to feel it. It's incredibly powerful when you begin to shift that. How we hold our body can and does affect how we feel and what we think. So instead of using the body for bad, if you will, we're shifting and using the body for good so that we can begin to feel and think in a more positive, courageous, confident way. Okay, next thing I want you to feel, the spacing of the feet. Yesterday I was talking about having them hip width, and there's a reason for that. If you bring your feet together, go ahead and do so, you'll feel like you can't get as much lift that you get. It's a little bit more forced, if you will, and the same thing if the feet are extra wide. You still don't have that really amazing extension that we get when our feet are hip width. So when our feet are hip width, our heels are lined up with the sit bones, we're now aligning the bones a little bit better, and we're aligning energetically. That's the piece I'm really looking for, so you can really feel this oomph. Okay, the addition we're going to have today, we're going to grab blocks. You're going to take a block and put it in right between the thighs, way up at the top. Have your feet as close together as you can get them without causing any discomfort. And now I want you to snuggle, if you will, the feet down into the ground. So you're going to lift your toes up and you're going to stretch out the sole of your foot. So if you can imagine, you're going to leave your heels down and you're going to walk the balls of the feet just a little bit away from the heel. I mean, you're going a nanometer, I know, just the tiniest little bit, but we're stretching out the soles of the feet, which will get us better energetic and physical contact with the ground. Then you're going to broaden through the balls of the feet and set your toes down as one at a time as you can. So pinky, next finger or toe, middle, index toe, if you will, and then the big toe. Now take a moment. Do you feel this? Pretty awesome, huh? This is a little hard to do with shoes on, but not impossible. You can definitely do a little snuggling, if you will, with shoes on. Now, with that grounding, you're going to engage your inner thighs. You're drawing up actually with the inner thighs to help with that lift through the center line of the body that we talked about yesterday. Now the block is just there to let you know if you're contracting your inner thighs. If you've done this before and you're experienced, you can start to play with it and make sure you're contracting the right and left inner thigh equally, as well as the front and back, because we're going to engage just a little bit the hamstrings, which you'll feel at the very back of the block. So we're reaching down through the feet, feeling that double extension reaching down as we reach up. And as we reach up, the inner thighs are engaged, which gives you this even stronger stem for the blossom of our flower, of the heart. And you roll the shoulders back, let them relax as you release. Feel it? Pretty awesome, isn't it? Now take your gaze way off into the distance. Find your breath. Make yourself really big. All right, now, again, 3 times a day. Use the block as often as you can, but I definitely want your strong Tadasana 3 times a day. I use the block, when I first started working on this in my own life, I used it every time I brushed my teeth, because I could easily stick it there as I was brushing my teeth and look myself in the eye in the mirror and work on my teeth as I stood there. So it's just sort of an excuse or a good time to remember to play with the block and make my Tadasana strong. All right, looking forward to seeing your photos. I can't wait to see where it is that you are doing these amazing poses. And may this help you feel stronger so that you're inspired to live your extraordinary life. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you tomorrow.